We continue to bring you updates on the national shutdown that's taking place across the country with our reporters across the country. Senior economics reporter Liabo Setho has been monitoring small businesses in downtown Johannesburg.
We are coming to you from downtown in Johannesburg, particularly in Maboneng precinct. This place is a place popularly known by creative directors, the creative community. When you look at what it looks like today, it's a shadow of itself because it is mostly buzzing with activity, people going up and down. We're seeing a different picture today. Most of the shops are closed, like we have seen in other parts of downtown Johannesburg. Only people walking up and down the street. I'm supposing that these are people who have taken off work or maybe who are not working because of the unemployment rate that the country finds itself in. I have walked about to try and speak to business owners who have not opened, and I managed to who is the owner of I Love Suave. It is an business, and he is so unconfident or not confident about the way the country is going, even considering maybe changing track as an entrepreneur and looking at something else. I'll bring him in. Samelwa, thank you very much for making time. Please tell me about your business first and foremost. I Love Suave. What is it about?
So I Love Suave is a clothing brand just based on creating novel clothes. So we do design as well, and just play in the creative space. So it's basically playing on drawing and conceptualizing things and bringing them to life. Yeah.
What made you set up shop here in Maboneng? I know that you have a shop not far from where we are. What encouraged you to set up shop here in Maboneng?
So the idea of just living and like incorporating my lifestyle with what I do. So I live around Maboneng and it's a vibrant place. There's tourists all around. So I'd love to expose people to my clothing brand. Yeah, just around where I live. Yeah.
Is gone today. That vibe is gone today. You've had to close your business as well. How do you feel about the intention, first of all, of the shutdown and the fact that you are losing one day of trade today?
Well, I think it's the intention is quite valid, you know. I think with the state of where the country is, sometimes now you just can't help but use profanities, you know, to express what's happening, because just going about the book and trying to get things solved, you know, is quite futile. And you see also that the country does have resources to solve things or do certain things with, you know, helicopters flying around, you know, police activity being so rampant. But then when it comes to the needs of the civilians, they're not hardly met. And so just seeing also not being able to operate it's been a long time coming thing where people are expressing really what's been building up, and this is quite a platform to do that.
Yeah. Going back to your business, Samelo, are you seeing the trends in terms of buying patterns to people who previously were buying, or are your customers? Are you seeing them spending more or less of their money on your apparel?
So one thing I'm seeing is that people are reluctant with parting with money. And that's been a growing trend also, and because there's many parts in there, so you'd get even tailors, you know, that now have to act in a certain way, you know, aren't even fulfilling our orders on time because they take in too much trying to cover costs and then can't you know, produce in time. It's just I think there's a scarcity thing happening.
What keeps you awake at night as an entrepreneur operating and working in South Africa?
So I think it's the need to evolve the business, you know, to do more than just offer clothing, and also just the idea of landing the essence of the brand, right? That you constantly have to educate people about what you're about, as well as take everything with a pinch of salt, you know. Basing things on concepts or even selling physical products is not enough. Now you have to diversify and find other ways to make money, because like doing things in a monotone way or the way that we know how is clearly not as conducive.
Samela, thank you so much for your time. There you have it from the mouth of an entrepreneur himself, not very confident about where the country is heading, and the fact that this shutdown has meant that he closes his business for a day now has forced him to think wider and think about other avenues that he could potentially tap in. We are in Maboneng this day, this afternoon. We're in Maboneng and we're seeing a very quiet Maboneng as what we compared to how we know it. Normally hustle, bustle, vibe, restaurants always open. I did notice one gentleman that sells coffee around here that he says that he is not open, but he's open just a little bit for his community because he knows how people around here love his coffee. So he's still concerned about the safety elements, therefore he could not speak to us, but he still is selling coffee to the community and his neighbors. He refers to them as his people. And that's all we have for you from here in Maboneng, and back to you in studio.